If you own a business or you manage a team, at some point you become the answer machine. Every question routes through you, every decision waits on you, and if you're honest about it, some part of you really likes that. I want to talk about how that happens, why it's costing you more than you think, and the exact thing I put in place to fix it. I'll show you the tool at the end, and I'm going to give it to you for free. So there's two reasons we end up as the person who solves everything. The first is, frankly, identity. Being the one who has the answer is part how you see yourself. It feels like value, and it feels like what a leader is supposed to be. You built this thing, you know it better than anybody, so of course it comes to you. The second reason is nobody argues with you. It's just faster. You can solve it in 5 minutes. Watching somebody else take 2 hours to get to the same place, it is painful and it costs the business money. And look, I mean this. The last thing I want is for somebody on my team to burn half a day on something I could point them at in 90 seconds. That's not noble. That's waste. So the instinct's right. The problem is what it turns into. Because here's what happens when you are always the answer. You get efficiency today, but a ceiling tomorrow. Your people stop building the muscle because they never have to. They learn something more useful to them in the short run, which is that the fastest path to a solved problem is to walk into your office. And your business stops improving, not in the big, obvious ways, in the small ones. All the improvement lives in the detail you are not close to anymore. If the only person allowed to think about those details is you, they don't get any better. You're not answering a question. You're training them to come back to you for the next one. Now, here's the part I didn't expect. Started asking people to bring me their own thinking first. Their solutions were often better than mine. Not sometimes, almost all the time. And it makes complete sense. They do that work every single day. They see the thing from the inside. I was looking at it from a level up and 2 weeks behind. So I wasn't just slowing them down by being the bottleneck. I was actively overriding better answers with my own. That one really hurt. So here's what I implemented. If you want me to solve a problem with you, it has to come to me in this form. 1, a description of the problem. 2, what you have already tried. 3 is 2 potential solutions you're considering. That's it. 3 parts. Then we talk it through together. And I want to be careful here because this is where people get it wrong. This was never a wall. I never wanted anybody on my team to feel like they could not bring me something. If you're genuinely stuck, come to me. Come to me anyway. The point was never to block the conversation. The point was the thought process that happens on the way to the conversation. And 2 things happened. A good chunk of the time, they never made it to my door. They solved it somewhere around step 3 because the act of coming up with 2 options forces you to actually look at the problem. The rest of the time, they showed up with it framed. Problem, what they tried, and 2 options. And instead of 30 minutes of me asking questions to figure out what we were even talking about, we had a real 5-minute conversation about the decision, same outcome, a fraction of the time, and they got better at it every single time they ran it. Now, back when I put this in, my people had to run it in their head. Some of them were good at it right away, some took a while. Today, there's no reason for that. You can hand them the framework as a prompt and let AI walk them through it. So this is what I built, and I want to show it to you because there is one thing about it you have to see to believe. So this is just a normal Claude window. There's nothing special. I'm going to paste in the prompt. It asks 1 question, and that's by design. It's not going to dump a form on you. So let me answer this the way one of my property managers would. Say it's my leasing and maintenance coordinator, and here's her problem. So the problem is owners keep calling and emailing me for status updates on their work orders. It's eating 3 or 4 hours a week, and it's always the same handful of owners. I cannot get ahead of my actual turnover work. Now I'm going to skip ahead because it walks you through what you've already tried, and then it makes you come up with 2 options. This is the part I want you to see. And at the end, it hands you this. The problem, what she tried, option A, option B, and then recommendations, and then what's needed from the manager. That's it, 1 page. You as a manager can read that in 60 seconds and give a real answer. Compare that to someone walking into your office and saying, these owners are killing me. And honestly, look at her recommendation. It's a better call than the one I would have made off the top of my head because she's the one on those calls. The prompt is free. It's on the page linked below. No opt-in, no email, just copy it and use it. One piece of advice on mulling it out. Don't announce it as a new policy. Nobody needs another policy. Just give it to your team. Tell them plainly what's for, and then use it yourself on the next problem you take to somebody else. That does more than a meeting about it ever will. Try it on the next thing that lands on your desk. See how far your people get without you. I think you're going to be surprised. Subscribe for more videos like this.